be doing a little haul. It's going to be everything I got from one estate sale. Technically, I don't know if it is considered an estate sale because nobody really passed away, but they were selling everything in the house. Pretty much everything was labeled. Everything in this house I loved. Their sense of style for everything, I was just in awe. I loved it all. So talking a little bit more with the owner, her name was Melanie. Mom's name was RJ. She was like, you can call me Nana if you want. And I was like, girl, say less. Moving out of the state, so out of California to Utah, have about a month or so before they actually leave. So they're going to be doing the sale for a while, which is pretty cool because we can go back several times if we want. We pretty much saw everything, but I don't know if they'll maybe add to it. The garden, like everything in the front yard, if you saw a plant you liked or anything, you could just dig it up and take it. Like it was so good. I definitely want to go back for plants. She was also allowing people to take clippings, so if you didn't want to take the full plant, you could take like a propagation and just put it in a jar of water, which is so cute. I love it. I did forget to mention, everything was 50% off. After I accumulated everything, she ended up just giving me an eyeball price. I had everything set on the table and she was like, okay, how about $30 for everything? I was like, girl, stop, because it was already over $50, everything I had. $30 was such a deal. I would have been willing to pay so much more for the items I got. I'm very, very excited. But let me show you my biggest item so then we can get to the small things. I have this Vogue poster here. It was $5 as you could see, but again, it was listed for 50% off. So I only paid $2.50. Such a steal. It's so cute. The frame is a little bit bent, but nothing that can't be fixed, you know? So that was my biggest piece. Probably about like 2.5 feet by 3.5 feet. I'm very bad at estimating sizes, but it's pretty big. All of my smaller items are in here. I guess I can move my freaking dirty clothes hamper out of the way. What the hell? Sorry. First, I'm going to start with these. They're just little notebooks. These ones were empty. Other ones that they had were like colored in. I just got these 3. And perfect because tomorrow I'm getting my 2 little nephews. I'm going to be taking them to the lake. We're going to be ditching school so I can take them. And then I figured they really love to draw and color, so we can each have our own little book, and while we're out there having our little picnic or whatever, we can color. Just keep these books with me, and I'll save them for when they're older. So that was kind of perfect timing because we're going tomorrow, like I said. Set these somewhere where I don't forget them, because I will forget. Next, we have this gorgeous little 4.5 by 4.5 frame. She's pretty hefty, but the colors in here are like purple, turquoise, gold, silver. Just a beautiful little combination. I've been a little more interested in frames recently because of a prior estate sale I went to. I found this little photo frame there, and that one was only $2. I think I just want to accumulate a bunch of different like styles, colors, and everything, and then have them on a wall eventually. My home. I feel like that would be very cute. Adds to the collection perfectly. Then my friend pointed these out, which thank God, because oh my gosh, I've been wanting some of these for so long. Having my apartment, I don't think I had any table like mats. I really didn't, because it was just me, you know, and no one ever really came over. I didn't really ever think to get these, but now that I'm buying things to save for a home, a little placemat is just freaking adorable. And these are all made out of wood and tied together with strings. Really like the colors, but there's one, I believe there's 4. There should be 4. 1, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 is perfect. I'm also trying to look more into unique pieces to save for when I do move out into my own place. Unique styles, and then more like natural materials as well. So again, this would go into like my home. A little either key hook by the front door, or I don't know, maybe if I find a bunch more of the hooks or something like that. I know they have these at Hobby Lobby, but if I get a bunch, I could like have them on a little wall and use it as like coat racks or something. But this one is just adorable. Red and green are my 2 favorite colors, but mixed in with that blue, it's gorgeous. Then back to like more of the natural materials. I want to incorporate that into my jewelry business as well. I find that even myself, like wearing jewelry, I prefer more of like the wood beads or more just like metals and stuff. Like this necklace, for instance, I wore yesterday. So more like the hardware pieces, you know? One that I made, hardware piece on the bottom, wood beads, and then string, you know? So a little different compared to other necklaces and stuff, rather than just plastic beads, you know? So just a little more like earth friendly or earth conscious, I guess. I also found this bag of beads. It was $3. These are all wood beads, so it has 6 of these big base beads. These ones are all just light wood. As you can see, based off the necklace I just showed you, I like to work with the rings. So this one here is metal, but not everybody likes a heavy piece of jewelry. Some people it bothers. I kind of like it. You know, I just like the weight of it, knowing I have something there and it's not going to be like flopping, flying around, you know? But this one's really light, so some people might like a lighter material. There's a ton of the green beads in here. These are also wood, just stained green, and I think they have a shine on them because they're super glossy, but really gorgeous. So $3 originally and $1.50 for the whole bag, which for beads, girl, that's a steal. Speaking of beads, she had all of these waist chains. I'm assuming they're waist chains, but it could just be like strands of beads, I don't know. All of these just hanging on a hook by the front door. So some of them I need to go through and just decide if I really want to keep like the colorway or the pattern like for a waist chain, because I have been wanting some. Others I'm just gonna break down and use the beads for bracelets, necklaces, earrings, yada yada yada. There's 20 strands here. She gave me for $2, which again for beads, especially that amount, is really good. Next we have this cutesy little dish here. I don't know if you can see behind me, but this is all of my jewelry, my necklaces. These pieces here are like my everyday pieces. So I have those there. My rings, my bracelets, all of my bangles, all of my... Dude, my best friend got me all of these earrings, like all of these earrings for my last birthday. I still have not gotten a chance to wear all of them. My watches. So this is really all of my jewelry, like my personal collection. But having a collection like this, trying to be organized, I can always use an extra little dish. Like maybe now I can sort my rings into silver in here and then gold on this dish, or vice versa, you know? Or maybe like my super big ones. This isn't a ring I would just wear every day, you know, it's not as functional. This one too. Stuff like this, like my bigger pieces. This one I made. Just want to clean the dish out first. There's like a little gunk on it, but this one was only $2. Again, 50% off, so $1 for that. And it looks like black cherries, but honestly I don't know what it is. I love the shape of it though. It's so cool. Sort the rings out later. This dish was also thrifted. She is some type of silver. Okay guys, we are on our last... I'm trying to think if there was something else. Oh, there was something else I got. It was, I'll insert a picture here. I think I have a picture. But it was this green little shelf. It had hearts painted onto it, and then whoever owned it like drew with pen around each heart, so it looked like they were kind of like 3D-ish. I don't know. And all of the colors, I thought it was perfect for the shop. She had that up for $2, again, half off, so it was $1. But if I have a picture, I'll put it in here. But it just had 4 hooks on it, so I was thinking maybe customers or even myself, when I go into the shop, I could just hang my bag on there or a coat or anything like that. So it was pretty functional for that purpose. But I already took it to the shop. I dropped it off yesterday. Unfortunately, these are our last items, but I'm very excited to have found these. Not only the color, but they're candle holders. I feel like I wouldn't really like purchase candle holders anywhere unless I found a really cool pair at the thrift store. Like if I saw these at the thrift store, I would have grabbed them. It was $10 for the pair, $5 each, but for the 50% off, $5 total, $2.50 each. They're perfect condition. Really love the colorway. It reminds me of something when I was little. I don't know what, but I'm really excited to use these. Most of this stuff is going to be going into my storage when I do move out again on my own. When I do, I will be prepared, trust me. So much decor. I still have my couch from my apartment, so I think I'll be fine. I do want to start obtaining more dishware and stuff, so once I put that out into the universe, hopefully it'll attract to me a little more. Okay, friends, that was everything for the haul. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful rest of the week, month, year, everything, okay? Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. And despite how stupid other people are, be kind to others, okay? I know it's hard, trust me. But I love you. Thank you for supporting me. Bye.